Well, hello, and welcome back to another edition of Orpheus Plays. I'm your host, Orpheus, your old pal, and we're here with another edition of Blade and Sorcery in these fabulous ruins. I actually like this map a little bit. It's pretty cool looking. It kind of makes you think that you're in a bombed-out church. I guess that's the point. Or an ancient ruin. But at the same time, like, the banners are brand new, so, like, something weird had to have happened here. We got the thing up there, the chandelier that kind of implies some sort of kaboom in the middle here. Anyway, hi! If you're new here, don't tune away just yet. My name's Orpheus. I will be your host today, like I said. But we play Blade and Sorcery just a little different on this channel. And the way that happens is I tell some stories while I play. You'll see a little bit of masterful murder going on with some swords and knives and things. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show off. And things like this big lamppost of doom here that we're going to smack people around with. And it's just kind of a fun romp. You know, the idea here is you just get to sit back and enjoy a little bit of mindless fun. Maybe put it on in the background while you're doing something. I really don't mind if that's what you're doing. I've been told this is kind of comforting to watch me tear up some NPCs and listen to me tell some stories. So we'll just kind of go with that today and see what happens. Today we are playing the War Zone setting here. This is Bandits versus Knights. There are several choices, but I chose this one because it's going to be fun. They say pillage all that you can. That's not really a good description. What happens in this mode is three guys come out, three NPCs come out, and they just really don't care about me unless I'm actively beating on them. So you'll see them fighting each other, and then I'll try to come up and take pot shots on them and really wreck their day. So let's get started on that. La, la, la. Another fine day for some more head-tearing action. Yeah, hope you guys are really enjoying this stuff. I know I'm enjoying making it. It's just fun for me to tell these... Why are they after me? Where's your other... Okay, I lied about this. Where's the other guy? Oh, God. Stop paying attention to me. Where's the other one? Anyway, yeah, I really enjoy doing this. It's a way for me to just kind of discuss what happened in my life, let me kind of remember and reminisce, get a little bit of nostalgia going. But at the same time, some crazy stuff has happened to me in life, and I really enjoy being able to just kind of tell you guys about it. Don't have kids, so I'm not going to pass these stories on to anybody at any point. So I may as well pass them on to you guys. That makes me feel really good. So, again, thank you so much for being here and watching. We are making a little bit of a community here, so welcome aboard. Anyway, I don't really have a I don't really have a crazy... Let me chase her down. Come here. No, you're not going anywhere. I don't have really a crazy story today. What I wanted to talk about today was something a little bit more philosophical. What? I just grabbed him especially hard and he died. Wow, he's got very delicate sensibilities. Here, have your friend. Hot. But I want to talk about something a little bit more philosophical today. Something that maybe will give you or some people around you a little bit of hope, a little bit of a feeling of interconnectedness, because today we're going to talk about not necessarily the person Carl Sagan, but a little bit of his messages. Now, Carl Sagan was a cosmologist and an astronomer who, for years hosted television programs and lectures and speeches at commencements and things like that, where he discussed, and he used to go into classrooms too. Okay, what is this guy doing? Ha! Nope. Let me try this from another angle. Ha! Yeah, that's about what I would say too. But he used to go into classrooms and sit down one-on-one with these kids in the classrooms and teach them things and discuss with them different things. Okay, so he was a person who loved to talk about the universe. And just one time, he came to the school that I was at. And this was years ago, obviously. He's been dead a very long time. And his loss to the world is actually very much felt. Oh no, cheap shot. But he came to the school that I was at, one time when I was a kid. And he's a very smaller, unassuming man. He's very quiet. And when he speaks to you, there's a rhythm and a way that he speaks that is very smooth and very comforting. He makes his effort in order to speak to you like this about the wonders of the universe that come to you with billions of stars and billions of galaxies, right? You're swinging at a dude that's dead. Here, let me help you. Get the point across a little. He's dead. He's dead. She's like, okay, my job is done. And now we just... Oh, are we having a service? Oh, okay. Let me put this away. And ominous dominus. You can now go back to God. My turn! Anyway, Carl Sagan was this man that inspired millions of people to be scientists and astronomers and astronauts. And the one time that I met him, it was probably one of the more inspiring moments in my life. It was this man that came to our classroom, our science class, and introduced us to the universe. He was a man that made it so elementary school kids, this is just so nasty, so that elementary school kids started to have an appreciation for just how large the universe is and how small we are compared to that. But normally you present that situation to someone who's that young and they'll almost go into an existential crisis of sorts, right? A little shish kebab there. But normally a kid will go into like total meltdown when you try to explain to them that like the universe is this infinitely huge place where you know your actual place that you fit into it, the cog in the machine that you are, is so tiny, right? Less than a grain of sand worth in the scale of the universe. But the way that Carl Sagan taught us was presenting it as this magical gift, the fact that we were just an integral part, not just a part, but an integral part of the entire universe in the way that it worked. Not only that, he made us excited to go and discover things. And did you see that? He looked down at him like, away peasant. Anyway, he made it so we were instantly enraptured by the mysteries out there. And that he made it so we understood, like the message at Doctor Who, or one of the messages is like, there is an infinite universe out there full of amazing things, and we're discovering things all the time that make it like, that was never thought possible before. Well, we haven't seen the whole universe. And theoretically, anything can happen at any time in the universe. Now, quantum theory states, and we're going to get a little deep here, but I'm not going to go that far into it. Quantum theory states, at one point, the theory says that since it is infinitely possible throughout infinite time and space to have anything happen, that means that for just a moment, just a fraction of a millisecond, just poof, right? It poofs into existence and it goes away. There could be a 7-Eleven somewhere in deep space a billion light years from here. Just a full 7-Eleven with a bunch of people and Twinkies and Mountain Dew and everything, and it's there just for an instant, and then it goes poof, and it's gone. What is this? Oh, secret box. But so, you know, in terms of quantum physics and everything, that is totally possible. But that's one of the amazing things about the universe. And if you think I'm kidding about that, I'm not. Ask anyone that's a scientist. They'll tell you, yes, that is very much plausible for what could happen in this universe. And again, since it's infinite and there's infinite time for infinite possibilities to happen, it kind of turns into this multiverse idea. But it's more, you missed. Almost got me in my balls with your ball. But it's this idea that we are part of a just mind-bogglingly huge environment in the universe. Now, what's this leading into? Well, Carl Sagan gave a speech a long time ago that referenced the Apollo astronauts, that when they went for the first time out to the moon, and they turned around on the way and they saw the planet Earth right there, and they took a picture of this this unassuming little marble just sitting in the blackness of space. Oh, he's reaching for it. Here, let me help you. I'll help you out. Come with me if you want to live. I mean, you're already dead, so... Ooh, okay. So, like this one picture, and you can go look this up. This is called the pale blue dot. The pale blue dot image that goes with Carl Sagan's speech was the first time that mankind was able to see the entire planet at once. Not just from something orbiting the planet, but from further away. And it was this understanding that we're all on this giant planet together. But based on, like, set against the canvas of the universe, we're nothing. But that's not the important part. The important part is the realization when you look out there, and then you look back at the Earth. You see this little blue marble sitting there. And as Carl Sagan says, and I'm paraphrasing here very heavily, but he says, everyone who's ever lived, anyone who's ever died, is on that planet, that little tiny blue dot. Everyone that's ever had hopes and dreams and aspirations, anyone that's ever had a triumph or a failure, every bit of science, every bit of history, everything written down is right there on that pale blue dot. And it gives you perspective, because that perspective tells you that there are no borders. There's no lines drawn on the planet when you look down at it. There's no divisions. There's no imaginary, this part's yours and that part is mine. It's all just one planet. And this is called the overview effect. I think I'm getting that right. William Shatner just recently, within a couple years, went up in the Blue Origin rocket. And that thing, what they do is they take it up right beyond the edge of the Earth's atmosphere, up into space, and it's there for just a couple of minutes, and then it comes back down, and it has passengers in it. And one of those people was William Shatner, James T. Kirk from Star Trek. And he's an older guy, he has portrayed a starship captain most of his life, and that's like his thing, right? Well, he came back from that trip, and he said that he was saddened, that he was depressed after going on that journey. And you think, well, how is that possible? You witnessed something that so few people have done. You've gotten that pale blue dot impression. But what William Shatner says was, as he looked out into the blackness of space, as it became, something, the only thing you could see from one side, he said he realized that there was so much emptiness out there, so much blackness. And then he looked back at the Earth, and he realized that all of mankind was there, and that we are not treating each other very well. That those imaginary borders, those lines, those things that we have put on maps to designate different cultures and different countries has divided the human race to the point where getting out into space is getting tougher and tougher as we go along, because we're going to need to band together as a species in order to get off this planet. But back to Carl Sagan. His message is one of hope when it comes to the pale blue dot, and I encourage you to go listen to it. It's readily available. Just look up Carl Sagan. Look in the subtitles on how to spell that. I'm not going to spell it out for you, and you go scrambling for a piece of paper. But look up Carl Sagan, the pale blue dot. It is a message that lets you know that while we are infinitesimally small in this huge, mysterious universe, there's still an amazing thing, because we are unique. Contained on that little tiny blue marble is all of humanity. Every hope and dream and wish and achievement right here on this planet with us. And it's so hard to see when you're on the surface of it, right? Think about this. the planet is rotating at, what, 1,000 miles an hour, 1,100 miles an hour or something? Right? And we're going around the sun 36,000 or something miles an hour? Do you feel that? No, you don't. But it's still happening. And that's how it is for mankind and the universe. Right? So I hope I've given you a little bit of a pick-me-up today. Because although you may feel very small and very isolated, especially when you zoom out and you look at the entire planet, right? And you go, well, we're nothing in the grand scheme of things. Or I'm nothing in the grand scheme of things here on this planet. You're wrong. You have a part in this planet and the universe the same as every other person. And I want to leave you with a concept that will hopefully inspire you to no end. You are made of carbon and iron and other heavier metals and gases and chemicals and atoms and everything, right? Well, those things are only around because at some point a star went supernova and it exploded all of its elements out into the universe. And those elements at one point got to our solar system and they coalesced into the planet Earth. That same stuff that makes up those stars is in you right now. You are a part of this universe, whether you realize it or not. That's amazing. But the other concept is this. Photons, the particles of light that come from stars and that come from light sources. Photons, they take about, sometimes millions of years to make their way out of the inside of a star. They bounce around inside that star for tens of thousands, sometimes millions of years. They random directions, and then one time they fly out of that star, out into space, out into the blackness. And somewhere else in the universe, you go outside and you look up at the sky at night, and you see one star. You focus on that one star for a second because it's twinkling just the right way to catch your eye, right? And that light comes to you and it hits the back of your retina. That is a particle, a photon from that star that took billions of years sometimes to come down through the Earth's atmosphere and touch your eye. That part of that star has touched you. And stars out there are what make up who you are and what you are. So remember, if you feel like you're a tiny part of this universe, you are a part of this universe that has been and will continue to be exciting and important and part of eternity. Take a smile. Have a laugh. That's what life is about, because you are more important and more eternal than you can ever imagine. And that's a great thing. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope I've given you a little bit of a smile today. Go look up that pale blue dot. It'll give you some inspiration, some words that'll brighten just about any day, because it'll make you realize where you are in this great big world and where you are in this great big universe. We'll see you next time on Orpheus Plays. Bye!